a terrible person.
Another one just popped.
Who was your favorite YouTuber growing up? For me, the easy choice would be ZHC. He made amazingly creative art content and fun art contests with his friends, and overall the channel seems like the happiest place on earth. But when you dig a little deeper, it's kind of disturbing. So in this video, we will be getting into how one video exposed ZHC. We're going to discuss some of his controversies, and that one video I came across that made his channel a little unsettling. First, I have 3 quick announcements. 1, subscribe to my animation channel, link below. 2nd, my Discord server, you can discuss my videos below. And finally, I'm looking for a thumbnail artist for my animation channel. If you are interested, DM me on Discord. Okay, so with that, let's get into it. So many wonder, who is ZHC? I mean, he's pretty popular on YouTube. He has 2 different channels, one called just ZHC and the other called ZHC Crafts. He's known for his Mr. Beastification of art. In other words, he makes like art videos, but they're like in a Mr. Beast style. They're fast-moving contests, and they're challenges that are very similar to Mr. Beast. Even his logo looks like the Mr. Beast bear, I think it's supposed to be. So he's pretty similar to Mr. Beast in many ways, and I'm not saying that's like a horrible thing. I don't really care. But just to give kind of a background on this guy, he makes like very, very quick action, high quality editing videos of challenges with art, and he usually uses 6 of his friends, and they all compete for first place, and if they get first place they win money and stuff. I remember being a kid and watching this and wishing so badly I could be part of it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like, this channel was my favorite thing to watch. I watched all of his videos.
Today, I'm challenging my friends to an extreme art competition using only pizza ingredients.
I would say that I wouldn't consider him a Mr. Beast clone. His content is very, very similar. Even, like, the subtitles are the same as Mr. Beast. But he kind of takes Mr. Beast and puts a new spin on it. He's not making literally the same content. He's making, like, art that's like Mr. Beast. And he's even partnered up with Mr. Beast for things before and competed in contests that were held by Mr. Beast. The most recent ones, he hasn't. So I don't know if they had a falling out. That's not really relevant to this video. But I remembered a little while back, I was watching his videos on his ZHC Crafts channel, and I watched a video that was kind of, like, odd, in a really, really bad way. So we're going to discuss that video today. If you disagree with it, I mean, whatever, but just please watch the full video before you leave some comment saying you're a loyal ZHC fan and will come find my house. Also, I'm very, very sick, so if my voice sounds weirdly deep, that's because of my sickness, and yeah, I can't really do anything about that right now, so I want to apologize for the weird audio. And anyway, let's get into this video. So, a little while back, I kind of stopped watching creators like ZHC and Mr. Beast, but when I was about, I would say, 10 to 12, I used to watch their content all the time. Like, honestly, I thought, as I said before, I thought they were the coolest people on earth. And one time I came across a ZHC video titled, "Whoever makes the best balloon art wins this amount of money." And I thought these art competitions were the funnest things to watch. So I was like, ooh, new video, clicked on it, started to watch it. And as people who watch ZHC know, he often features his girlfriend on it in the competition, and then 5 of his friends or some subscriber. And so he had his girlfriend Michelle in this video, and it seemed really exciting because the majority of the time he has her in there. She seems to have a pretty nice personality. She seems to be sweet. Sometimes she does struggle with drawings. Sometimes there are quite a few times where she's gotten last. So her winning a contest is like a big deal, and you could tell she was putting her effort into this video. Her balloon was looking really, really good, and honestly, it was looking like it'd be a clear winner. She was doing the Jack character from The Nightmare Before Christmas, who was looking really cool. And then ZHC decided to do something. He does these challenges in the videos where he lets certain people who somehow win some little competition do things to other people's art, wreck it in some way. And he made one of the girls choose someone to wreck their art. And since Michelle's art was clearly the best, or her balloon was clearly the best, that person chose to break her balloon. And this was her reaction.
Sorry, Michelle.
No.
Oh, Michelle!
Michelle, I'm gonna miss. I won't be able to make it.
I don't want to see it.
Michelle, come here.
No!
And so the girl, whose name is Mackenzie, tells Michelle she's probably going to miss, or she's for sure going to miss. And Michelle is still kind of freaking out because she's literally spent hours on this balloon. And then this is what happens.
Oh! You got it right in the belly.
I thought you said you were gonna miss!
Oh, look, it's right there in the belly.
Oh my god. I feel really bad. I thought I was gonna miss that.
Tell the girl feels terrible, and she probably felt much worse when Michelle starts crying. But ZHC, who's literally dating Michelle, doesn't really react other than to laugh at her.
She popped 3 balloons, actually, because this one was connected to this one, and this one popped too!
I'm a terrible person.
Another one just falls.
Okay, it's okay.
Here, I'll wipe the tear for you.
She's literally crying, and he's just like mocking her and like pretending to wipe her tear, like, haha, Michonne. And at the end of the video, when their scores come in, ZHC continues to mock her and says she shed a few tears, but she's fine now and stuff. And it's just kind of like when your girlfriend's crying, it's not really a joke. Like, she worked hard on that, and you just kind of like joked about it.
I don't have time to cry.
I feel like Michelle wasn't that sad at first, and then one balloon kept popping after the other. Michelle, I believe in you.
Wait,
You're gonna go so fast.
19 minutes?
And even if you don't agree that this is a big deal, there's plenty of other things that you can uncover about ZHC that just paint him to not be the good person you think he is at first sight. A few years ago, an exposed video was released on him, which revealed that he basically used other artists that were sometimes smaller than him to profit off of. He didn't really give them much benefits other than linking their channel in his description. He'd have them on videos, but he wouldn't really give them money or anything for it. And as he got bigger, he began to kind of like bury them and erase evidence that he was even like working with them. And overall, people commented under that video, and some people commented that they had met him before and he had said some rude things, or he was just rude overall to certain people, which of course there's no facts behind that, but I mean, you can believe him or you can't believe him at the end of the day.
It would have gotten clicks, I'm sure, but it made me really uncomfortable to self-value my artwork at $10,000 for the sake of more clicks. Now, actually, recently, I sold all of my artworks to help fund the setting up of my new studio here, which worked really well. Thank you all so much for your support. Not a single artwork sold for $10,000, let alone ones that took far more than 24 hours.
That was Draw with Jazz, who is another big artist, and that was part of the exposed video I just mentioned before. In it, not only does he discuss ZHC kind of burying his existence in collaborations with other smaller artists, but he also discusses how ZHC really became more clickbaity, and it became very sad. He kind of pressured Jazz in wanting to like overvalue his art, and just overall it made him uncomfortable to be that clickbaity. He talks a lot about how ZHC really just became more really unauthentic, mid, and boring, and clickbaity. And that's kind of what happens to big YouTubers like ZHC. When ZHC first began making YouTube videos, he simply made drawing tutorials. But as he began to blow up, he started to shift his content to be more like Mr. Beast, super fast editing, crazy giveaways, and higher budgets. And overall, a lot of ZHC fans who originally subbed to his art tutorial content began to not like this because it just wasn't the old ZHC. And he had a lot more stuff in that video, but it was 30 minutes long, and I don't feel like stealing someone's entire video, so you can go watch it. Overall, just look up his channel name, and you'll be able to find it. He made a part 2, so yeah, there was a lot to cover, and that was 3 years ago, so, you know, maybe things have changed, maybe they've made up, I'm not really sure. And anyway, moving back to the point, or the storyline where he basically makes Michonne cry and laughs about it, I noticed something that his hero, Mr. Beast, has done. In Mr. Beast videos, such as the one babies versus 100-year-olds fight for money video, I've noticed that when there's like a plot or something crazy storyline in his videos, they get a lot more attention. That video, there was like a dad or an older guy that was like a villain. Everyone saw him as a villain. And that video is one of his most viewed to date after people made so many edits of that one guy being a villain. So maybe ZHC thought if there was a crazy plot twist in his video or he made his girlfriend cry, it would get more attention. And I already know I'm going to get a million comments under this video complaining about how I'm being overdramatic, but at the end of the day, you can't dismiss the fact that she was obviously very, very upset and was obviously crying, and he reacted by laughing. Like, that reflects something. That reflects something on his relationship with her, is that he doesn't really care. I mean, at the time, yeah, it was just a dumb balloon, but she was upset about it. She had spent hours on it, and he reacted by just laughing at her. And yes, I understand that challenges like this are going to have dramatic outcomes, because the stakes are sometimes high, sometimes you win a lot of money and stuff. But the least he could have done was try to comfort her a little bit, and he didn't really try, just made fun of her again and again. And it kind of was sad to witness, because it was like, this is not really that funny. So at the end of the day, am I calling for his cancellation? No. Am I saying he's a horrible person? No, of course not. What I'm saying is that he just isn't quite as good as I thought he was. And it's just kind of sad to see someone that you kind of looked up your entire childhood just not really be a great person after all. Of course, there's a lot more to uncover. Let me know what you think in your comments, but one thing remains true, beastification isn't really the greatest thing ever happened to YouTube. Sure, it makes YouTube more interesting, but I just can't stand these AI thumbnails. Like, their faces are like so obviously like AI generated, it just annoys me. It like doesn't look human anymore. I mean, his thumbnails are so similar to Mr. Beast. It's just, he's not the same guy he used to be, and it's kind of sad. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to my animation channel. Bye.